What's up, beautiful world? This is TNA, Top Notch Audio, and welcome to another episode of r/slash Entitled Parents. Our first story will be stealing the food of a starved child that just got back from the hospital because my prince deserves more meat than her. And then my parents cut my beard when I was sleeping, followed by EP steals my cat and calls the police when I take it back. And finally, EP thinks he can have my dog because his EK likes him. If this is your first time listening, remember to hit that subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner. If this is not your first time, welcome back. Enjoy the stories. And this story is posted by u/the_physics_girl_. Stealing the food of a starved child that just got back from the hospital because my prince deserved more meat than her. This story was told to me by my little sis that was there when it happened. Sorry for any spelling mistakes. English isn't my native language. My aunt, we will call her Karen. She even fits the hairstyle perfectly. Her hairstyle made us give her the name The Mushroom. Was visiting my grandparents a few years ago. At that time, my little sis, 12 at the time, was very sick and couldn't eat properly for months. Don't worry, thanks God, she's all good now. So the minute that my poor parents and her finally got out of the hospital, the first thing they did was visiting Granny's house for some good home-cooked meal after all they had was gross hospital food for so long. They stayed with little sis the whole time. My granny was amazed as always. She made a ton of burgers and tasty homemade food just for them. After so many months at the hospital without any decent sleep, they slept on chairs near my little sis, and without any normal meal nor a good bath, they finally could eat at home. They were just about to start eating when she came in, entering my aunt, Karen. Karen, what? Granny, I made for everyone. Sit down and... Karen ignores Granny, pointing at my little sister burger. What is that? Why didn't you give my precious son so much meat like you give to that girl? My dad, there is so much, Karen. Here, you want my piece? Karen, while looking menacingly at my dad, measured the two stupid pieces of meat in her eyes and then come at Granny. After all I give to you, all I have done to you? She pointed at my little sister burger and then her 6 to 5 years old child burger. You give my little prince less meat than them? When do they ever help you like me? You probably know she's entitled and lying by now. She gets money from the rest of the family to help Granny and Grandpa, and she's still taking things from their house in return. My mom and dad help Granny and Grandpa always and never ask for anything in return. Granny, just sit and eat. There is a lot of food. You want me to give my grandson another piece? Karen, no. How dare you give this girl more meat than my son, after all I have done for you? At this point, she straight up took a fork, sticked it in my little sister burger, and put it on her 5 years old son's plate. My granny got so mad, she started screaming, while my dad and my little sister died out of laughter inside. We are pretty much used to Karen in the family. In the end, the poor 5 years old kid, of course, couldn't finish both huge burgers. My granny gave my little sister another burger because there were so many left. My dad just laughed all the way home, so in a way, Karen kind of cheered them up after being in the hospital for so long, her being overly annoying because of a piece of meat, that she proceeded to steal the rest of it after launch. Become a running gag in my family. Edit. Grammar for anyone that had a hard time reading, sorry. And this next story is posted by u/Chaco96. My parents cut my beard when I was sleeping. My parents had a strict clean shave policy when I was growing up, but now I am an adult and now lives on my own. I had grown a kind of long French beard during the COVID lockdown and was visiting my family once the travel restrictions were relaxed. My parents are hardcore Islamophobes and they were horrified seeing my Muslim beard, and they asked me to shave it because people might think I have converted to Islam and it's going to tarnish my family's reputation. I basically told them to F off and mind their own pubes rather than my beard. Today, I was sleeping on the couch and my mom cut my beard off, and now it's an ugly mess and I have no option but to shave it off, and I can't effing leave this place as I am under 14-day home quarantine as I travel from another state, and I feel they have won for now. And this story is posted by u/ER4 or _404. EP steals my cat and calls the police when I take it back. So this doozy happened a few years ago when I, now 17 male, was 13. Names for the story: OP, me; EK, 13 male; EP, and M, mom. Some context: my M and EP have been friends for a while now, so every month or so, often my M would force me to hang out with EK. The reason this sucked is because he was the most overly dramatic, spoiled child we could think of. One day, me and EK were chilling in my room and my cat walks in. EK almost instantly tried to pet her, but my cat just ran up into my lap. EK, being the spoiled brat that he is, started complaining that it's not fair I wanted to pet the cat. I said, "The cat doesn't want to be petted, leave her alone." A little while later, I went into the bathroom. My house is really old, so it has a lock on the outside and inside, to which the keys for both I leave on my desk. EK, while I was in the bathroom, took the key and locked me in. I then heard my cat making hissing and scratching noises and EK running off with my cat. Me, who was worried for the safety of my cat, jumped out of the bathroom, which was on the second floor, onto grass. EK was outside trying to put my cat in his backpack. I got so worried I went up to EK, shoved him, and took my cat. I then scurried inside and locked the door. I can only imagine EK went back to his house and told EP his version of what went down. A couple hours later, I hear a car parking into my driveway, and to my horror, it was EK and EM. I panicked and locked all the doors and stealthily recorded from a window in case they broke any of my parents' property. The EM, in the most blood-curdling voice, screamed, "How dare you touch my son, you delinquent. I'll make your parents send you to a mental facility, you disturbed little psycho." I kept on recording this, and when she stopped, I saw the EM calling someone. 5 minutes later, the police arrive and knock on the door. As soon as I open it, the EM lunges at me, and that butch had the audacity to slap me. The police shoved her to the wall immediately and detained her. Police then sat me and EK down separately to ask what happened. I told them everything and showed them a video of EM threatening me and showed the officer the documents of us adopting my cat. The officers then took EM away and called EK's dad, which is actually a very nice person. They also called my parents and told them everything. My parents were seething from what I heard on the phone. They asked my parents if they would want to press charges and told them they would discuss it with me and see what I thought. My parents didn't take her to court, but straight up demanded 1,000 euros, which was an offer EM accepted in an instant. Ever since this happened, my parents cut full contact with EM and EK. I heard of EM was that she lost custody of EK, and the last I heard of EK was that he got suspended for getting caught smoking weed in the bathroom. Thanks for listening to my story and hope you enjoyed. Edit. My cat's name is Gemma. Edit. Cat tax coming soon. Edit. My cat is A-OK. Edit. I live in Europe. Houses are wider than taller, so a jump from the second floor will only cause minor injuries like my sprained ankle. And this story is posted by u/score6879. EP thinks he can have my dog because his EK likes him. Restrictions in my area have gotten pretty relaxed, so I decided to take my dog to the dog park for the first time in like 7 months. I was walking around, he would be following me, playing with other dogs if they got close. We were there for like 20 minutes when a guy and his daughter walked by, coming the way I was going with their dog. They stopped when our dog started playing. His daughter started petting my dog and talking to him, which I normally wouldn't have a problem with, but with the world the way it is, no one should be touching other people's dogs. But I wanted to be nice, so I let her play with him for a minute. I started walking and my dog followed me. I thought that was it. When we crossed paths again, the dad said that his daughter really liked my dog. I said thanks, a lot of people do, then kept walking. He said she wanted him. We started having a back and forth argument about why he can't have my dog. Once people started watching, he gave up and started walking again. His daughter cried the entire rest of the time they were there. When I was ready to leave, I realized that his car was the first one by the exit. His daughter was waiting in the back seat and he was standing outside holding scissors. It could have been just me overreacting, but I thought he was going to try to cut my dog's leash and get him in his car. So when I went to leave, I carried him. Looking at him, you'd probably guess my dog weighed around 60 to 70 pounds, but he's over 100. So if you were to pick him up, you'd be surprised at how heavy he is. When I walked out carrying him, I walked past his car and thought it was over. He came behind me and kicked the back of my knee as I was putting my dog in my car. I fell and he tried to pick up my dog. Thankfully, because of how heavy he is, the stupid mother effer dropped him in the middle of the parking lot. Don't worry, he's fine. I put him in my car and locked it before helping the guy up just to punch him in the face as hard as I could. Someone called the cops and they arrived as his daughter was helping him to his car. He gave some bullspit story about how I was stealing his dog. I told the cop what happened along with about 20 witnesses and they said I was free to go. Don't F with people's dogs. Oh man, those were 4 great stories. To hear the best stories of the week, click on the video in the top left-hand corner. To hear more Reddit stories all related to what you just heard, click on the video in the top right-hand corner. And if you have not already done so, click on the subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner. Once again, this is TNA, Top Notch Audio. Thank you for listening and have yourself a great day.